Ledger. And finally, in tribute to Terry Anderson, a case right out of the news, there's a family of 4 that were gunned down in New York City. The guy got 200 years for the murder. And get this, he gunned down 3 of them, and he decapitated the 4th. And only one station pointed out that the man was an illegal alien from El Salvador and a gang member. The point being, these people have been kept out of the country. These people would be alive today. Chandra Levy and a whole host of other people. So Terry Anderson, really, George was ahead of everybody, but Terry Anderson was, like I said, detailed and ferocious. And at the end of the day, the only thing wrong was that there weren't 1,000 more of him.
Hey, thank you very much, Al. Appreciate that.
Completely concur. Ferocious. Good term. Good.
And, Rick, he also pointed out, about victims, and Terry loved to bring the relatives of victims on his show to get right down in the gutter, so to speak, to talk to the man on the street that had to go through all this BS. Let's take another call real quick, get it in before the break here. From We the People, based in California, here's Robin. Hey, Robin, how are you? And you're on with Rick Oatman.
Great, Rick and Chuck. What a wonderful tribute. It was so heartfelt to hear Terry Anderson on your show. I cannot believe he's gone. He still lives with us when we hear clips like the one that you played, and we're all mourning his loss.
That is good that we do have him. I feel the same way. I can't really talk about his going, but we do have him on, recording. We've got videos of him and audios of him, and I'm hoping that the newer people that are coming into the immigration reform movement now will be inspired what Terry had to say. The previous caller, Al, talked about the victims and everything. In 1999, Terry testified to Congress in a congressional hearing that I'm the one that actually set that up with Lamar Smith. And talking to one of his staffers, I said, the left is victiming us to death. We need to get our own victims in here to tell their stories about how illegal immigration is destroying their lives. He said, do you know any? I said, I've got some in mind. And Terry was at the top of the list. And I put a short clip of that up on the CAPS website. If you go into our discussion board, there'll be a link through to it. Glenn also put up a link to this same hearing in June of 1999. But there's Terry sitting in his bib overalls giving Sheila Jackson Lee what for at this meeting. And it's just, it's typical Terry. It's the kind of ferociousness and the kind of honesty that I think with which we need to continue to speak. And, we're so lucky to have these recordings of Terry so that when we remember him, we can do it with accuracy. He was detailed. He was ferocious. He meant what he said. And, again, if anybody ever disagreed with anything that he said, I'd really like to hear that.
Yeah. Well, I know George Putnam loved his wife. Boy, I mean, two, we would see the two together. And the first thing George would do would be over there to rush over and give her a kiss, and he'd say, "To hell with you, Terry." Hey, I'm right here. I did have a comment sent in that mentioned that Terry Anderson is a civil rights leader in the tradition of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
That's true, and that's what I think. He drew a lot of his strength from that, because we all have suffered the slings and the arrows of the liars on the left. Who have wanted to, shut us up when it comes to talking about immigration reform. And when you look at somebody like Terry and other people like him, they really cut their teeth in the civil rights movement. They've been called everything. They knew exactly what they were stepping into. And I think once it gets
I was just going to say, Rick and Robin, if you look at what the NAACP is doing to people like right now, the Tea Party, boy, they hate it anytime you have a black that's a member of the Tea Party. And I'm sure that, we know for a fact, that the illegal alien crowd did not appreciate Terry. He was the wrong color to be up there talking about the illegal aliens taking their jobs away. We're coming up on a break. Hey, thank you very much, Robin, and we'll talk later. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. Rick Oatman is with me the entire hour. D.A. King will be checking in just a little bit, and we hope to hear from you, too. 1-800-336-2225, 1-800-336-2225. We are remembering the life of Terry Anderson.